Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Just leaving the gym. It's like, I think it's like 9:30 right now. I don't even know. But I went at 7 this morning. Toby's finally back from Texas, and I was supposed to go with him today because it's Tuesday. We usually go at 7 in the morning on Tuesdays. But then he overslept. I was like getting ready to leave. And usually he texts me like around that time, asking if I'm ready and saying that he's about to leave. And I never got a text, so I texted him and he didn't answer. And then I called him. I had to call him twice because the first time it went straight to his voicemail. And he answered it. He's like, "Oh yeah, so I overslept." And you could tell he was still laying in his bed. He'd just woken up. And I was like, "Oh man." So I was like, well, I could wait and go later with you, but I'm already up and I'm already ready, and what am I going to do? Go back to sleep? So I just went by myself, and Toby's going to go later because he wouldn't have had time to go after he overslept to go to the gym and then go to work. So that's what happened this morning, and while I was at the gym, I listened to on the Ahmed Muhammad show, his interview with Luke Belmar, which was really good. Luke Belmar is very smart, and I suggest listening to some of his interviews if you get a chance. And they were just talking about a bunch of things, like how he made money, and they're talking about drop shipping and being healthy. And one thing that was really cool that I got out of this interview that he hasn't said before, which a lot of his stuff is repeat, like once you watch one interview of people, you usually get the gist what they're saying, and then they talk about similar things and all the rest. But he was talking about how the chemical of happiness, which is I think it might be serotonin, no, I don't know, one of those chemicals of happiness, and it's produced in your gut. And that's why when people say you have a gut feeling, is because your gut is like a second mind, because when your gut is healthy, then your mind is healthy, because it's producing that chemical for your mind, which makes you feel happy, which puts you in a better state of mind to then go out and make better decisions and stuff. So that's why when people say they have a gut feeling. And how do you get that? You have to start eating healthier, and you have to have a good diet. And that's something that I'm very thankful for, that I kind of got my family, well, mostly my mom. My dad and my sister still don't eat very healthy, but me and my mom have been eating really healthy for the past couple months. And I don't know about her, but I feel amazing, like just from eating healthy. It's insane the difference that it makes, just like mostly focusing on like meat and vegetables, really, and then having a protein smoothie every day, which the protein powder itself isn't that healthy, and like the whole shake really isn't that healthy, but it tastes good, and that's like, it has good, like all the fruit and the berries and the mango and the banana, whatever I put in it, and the spinach, they have good vitamins and stuff that you need. So it's still getting me stuff that I need to have, even though it's not necessarily healthy, because how do you define healthy, right? For everything in life that you eat is going to be a trade-off. Like my mom was on this phase where she said, oh, you should not eat red meats or dark meats because they're bad for your liver or something. They're hard to digest. And it's like, yes, but they also are very good sources of protein. Very good. So you just have to make that trade-off, and that's why there's no perfect food. There's no perfect anything. Everything in life has pros and cons. Nothing is perfect. So if you just have to make your trade-offs, like choose what's most important to you and then take the trade-off that it gives, because there's always going to be a drawback to something. There's always going to be something. And so I listened to that, and then I listened to an interview with this guy. I've never heard of him before, but his name was Rafa Martinez, I think. And he's he does mostly like crude oil trading and selling and stuff. And he's worth almost $1 billion. But he was talking about, like, I didn't really pay too much attention to most of the interview because he was talking like things that are really specific to that industry for some of it. But then he was talking about like his cars and how he's really into racing now, and the people that he's around, like his family that he really likes, and he takes them on trips, and he's like, I need you. This is a selfish act. I want you to be there. Don't feel like you owe me anything. Don't feel like you need to contribute. I want to take you out and share a bottle of champagne with you, and don't feel like you need to owe me anything because I want you to be there. I want to do this with you. And he said, he was saying this, he said, I have $20 million about in cars, and that's like equal to like 18 cars or something. And he's like, I let my friends and my family and just even random strangers, I just let them take them out and drive them, because at the end of the day it's just a car. And I say, don't worry about it, just drive it and have fun. Just like, obviously don't try to damage it, but enjoy it. I mean, that's what they're here for at the end of the day, is they're just toys. You're supposed to have fun with these things. And some people take them and hold them at such a high regard. And I mean, you should take care of your things, obviously, but like at the end of the day, the whole reason behind them is either to use them for something, or to use them to like play with them, to have fun. For really anything in life, it's either useful or it's a want or a need. So you either need it to live and it has a use, you need it for a specific purpose, or you just want it because it's fun. And that's what he was saying it is like with his cars and stuff, which was really cool. And then at the very end, I still had some more workouts to do, and that video ended. So then I put on a diary of a CEO, where he was answering questions from people from his Telegram chats, which were pretty interesting questions, like what are the characteristic traits of people who could have a successful business. And he was talking about like, self-confidence and motivation, like self-drive, like being driven to do something, and having like obsession, being obsessed with something. And then he was talking about, and then also what really helps, the two things that really helps with that is being a nice person and having a good sense of humor, because your ability to network and connect with people is like so important in business and just in life in general. And that was another thing, is when I was at the gym, I was on this I forget what it's called, but it's like the leg curl where you sit and you like have the thing on your legs, like on top to hold you there, and then you curl your legs down like this. And this lady came up to me and she's probably in her 50s. She's like, you're gonna hurt your back if you keep doing it like that. You need to keep your lower back against the seat. I just said, well, I didn't hear her at first, so I had to pause my AirPods, and I was like, huh? And she told me that again, and I said, oh, okay, thank you. And so I did it, and it did feel better. Like, I wasn't hurting my back, but it definitely was uncomfortable. And that made it a lot better. And I was like, I know. And she was just like right over at this machine over here, and I know I should have went up and like told her thank you. Like, that helped. Thank you for the tip. And I was like trying to I could feel the battle in my mind, just like trying to convince myself to go and say thank you again, just to like make a connection. And then that monkey part of my brain is telling me, no, don't interrupt her, she's busy doing her workouts. And so I just walked away and went to the next machine, and I was like, oh, I know I'm going to regret that for the rest of the day. I need to practice those things, just talking to people and just going up to them. And if they're busy, they'll tell me that they're busy. It's so annoying, and I get so angry with myself just for stuff like that. It's so annoying because this is like lightweight. I should be able to do that. That should just be something that I just do really easily, that I need to be able to just do easily. And it's such a battle in my mind, and I know that's exactly how it should be, and that's how I'm going to grow the most, but I need to do it. And yeah, so wrap up the video there. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Make sure you join that Discord, link in description. It's an online brotherhood where we talk about a bunch of things in life. Share the video with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one.